£2,000 on the line here. It's going to land on the next door's roof. This is infuriating. Come on.
So far this year has been, according to the weatherman, the driest and warmest in 100 years. And as I record this, with the racing season having ended and autumn knocking on the door, September has kind of bucked the trend. We haven't been drowning in floodwater, but it has felt oddly grey, a bit like November. The clouds have been hovering around, threatening to wet the washing on the line, and the sun has been equally non-committal about drying it. And because of this, my enthusiasm for cleaning the lofts, catching up with maintenance and all the servicing jobs that need doing, has been missing. Until today, where it actually feels like September. Now, as it's molting season, there are feathers everywhere. Every morning when I look out the window, my pulse races momentarily until I remember the deluge of feathers on the garden isn't from a hawk attack after all. There's copious amounts of detritus, down, leaves and litter collecting in all the nooks and crannies around the loft. All of this needs to go before it gets soggy and rotten as we get further away from the summer just gone. I used to use the jet wash to clean the algae from the path. This side is always in the shade, and with the extra nutrients from the pigeon droppings, it can cover the whole area in a matter of weeks. Now I'm using something that Charlie told me about, and after the last application it stayed clean for 6 months or more, but that could also be down to the dry conditions. With the path clean, I thought I'd also tackle the nest bowls ready for the breeding season. Nothing like getting a face full of rehydrated guano splashed back.
One job that I always forget to do, or just don't do this time of year, is cleaning the nest bowls. And I found last year I was doing it in like January and it was freezing cold, miserable. All the droppings and stuff had been left on since the season before, the breeding season before, when I was cleaning it. So I thought I'd do it today. And now we've got 3, 6, 9, 12, 15, 18 nest bowls ready to go.
You can see from these old hens where the feathers are coming from. And whilst their racing finished mid-summer, the young birds were still going just a couple of weeks ago. Here's what happened in one of my favourite race days from this young bird season. A federation race from Alnwick with a really annoying bird, and the NRCC Futurity race from Dunbar, Scotland.
You lot are hungry, aren't you? Right, I'll get you some food.
Next year, my youngest son Jasper wants to do more racing, so I rope him into filming and hope he takes in something useful.
2 races going on. We've got the NRCC Dunbar Futurity race, which is 201 miles, almost 202 miles. And then we've also got the club race, which is from Alnwick, and that's 154 miles. So they've both gone up at the same time, 7:45 into a south wind on the house. Right, let's go and get this clock set up. The problem we've got with this clock is the pads are tiny. So the issue we've got is our pad's really small and the entrance to the loft is quite big. So the birds can land pretty much anywhere on there, and as you can see, we've got to slide it right under there so that when the birds arrive, if the loft is closed, they can't time in. That's the rules. But the problem with that is if I put the pad too far this side and they land and walk in that side of the loft, I'm buggered. So what you can do is narrow the entrance, or you can't put 2 pads together like this. That'd be the obvious thing, just go like that. Can't do that. So what I do is I use 1 pad there, and then I put another one under the drinker in the aviary, so that any birds that arrive late, or any birds that don't clock in, let's say they go too fast through there and it doesn't pick them up, usually the first thing they do is go to the drinker. So put this under the drinker, and then while they're having a drink, I can capture them there, and that's worked quite a few times. The birds just aren't flying fast enough. We've had them all back up to yet. We haven't lost a single bird all season in the racing season. Touch wood. I know I keep saying that, but it's like extraordinary, which which is great, but they're just coming so slow. And I think that's down to the fact that, I know a lot of people won't agree with this, but I think it's down to drag. If let's say, let's look on here, right, let's say this square here is where the birds are liberated from. And our loft is over here, and there's other lofts over there. Now, we're over here, and there's probably 100 birds coming to this part, and on this side, there's 500 or 600 birds. When they leave, the drag, the pull, most of the birds are going to want to take this line, and it takes quite a brave bird or group of birds to go, actually no, we're going to pull away from the flock and come down this side. What ends up happening is they go there, and then eventually the need to turn off becomes so great that they do, or they get all the way to the other lofts. They go in and they go, oh, we better go home, and then they have to sort of do this extra distance across to our loft. Now normally it's usually pretty even. There'll be the same amount of birds that side as this side, and then it's, you know, we're in with a shout. But lately it just doesn't seem to be that way. So I can't piss and moan about it, but it still does make you think, oh God, there's no way our birds that slow. Like some other lofts have got 10 miles overfly on us, which means they're 10 miles further to fly, and yet they're clocking in 7 minutes earlier than us. And our birds aren't unfit because we train them a lot. And when they arrive, they're not thirsty, they're not panting, you know, they're not collapsing on the landing board. You know, they're just. But at the same time, if they were that good birds, then they would fly home quicker, right? So the important thing about today, Jasper, is there's £4,000 up for grabs if we come first. If we come second, it's £2,000, and then if we come third, I think it's like £1,000, and then it goes down to a few hundreds. It is a lot, yeah.
I know, it's pretty hard to record here because I can't see on the screen.
Oh, is it? Has it gone? Just touch it.
No.
There you go. Yeah, so it's we've only got one bird in the Futurity, the NRCC Futurity. I bought 5 rings, but because we only bred so few birds, I only rung one, and luckily we've still got it, but it's been right at the back. So it'd be nice if it does come. And then we've sent the other 22 to the Alnwick race. 3 hours and 15 minutes. Come on. I think so. Didn't look like it was coming down now. Is that a wood pigeon? I think I was trying to call him wood pigeons now. It looked like a racer, but it had a flight missing. Come on. That's not in a rush though, is it? It came from that direction. Yeah, it's come from the west. Come from the west. That's what's happening. Where is it? Yeah. Come on.
Now, I already knew this bird was slow. I'd expected it 15 minutes earlier, but what happens next is so painful to watch back, it's almost embarrassing.
Come on.
Even though I tried to remain calm, you can hear my frustration in the increased tempo of the shaking.
Come on. It's gone to land on next door's roof. Come on. Look at it. Come on. What garbage. I'm overfeeding them. Come on. Come on. Why is it up there? They never do that. On next door's roof. Come on. That's why I need the dropper.
I hadn't been using the dropper because I'd found her inconsistent and unreliable. Even with half a wing of feathers missing, she still takes laps. But this was now an emergency.
Come on.
To be fair, she did well here, and the racer just wasn't interested in coming down at all.
This is infuriating.
Now, I'm pretty sure every amateur fancier has instances like this, and those that say they don't are probably telling porkies. Sure, I could probably spend more time drilling them and brainwashing them, but then there'd be less time for filming and editing, so it's the price I pay, I suppose.
Oh, it's on the roof. That came in with one as well, didn't it, Dad? I bet theirs went straight in. It was, yeah, there was two together. Come on. Come on. Come on. He wants to come, but it's... Come on. Come on. You took your bloody time. Come on. There we go. V-ring. How late was that? 26, 22. Infuriating. Overfeeding then, aren't I? No. Andy went a day without food this week. Right, so it's now 12:15. We've got 9 of 22 back from the Alnwick race. I'm waiting for the checker cock, blue check cock, to come back from the NRCC Futurity race. Now, if he does a similar sort of speed and time as my first bird back from Alnwick, he's due in 5 minutes. And then he'll fly around for 5 minutes, sit on the loft. Sorry, sit on the roof, the neighbour's roof, and then he'll come in. If he's anything like our first bird. It drives you mad. Makes me think I've probably been overfeeding mine. But some of them have come straight in. The second bird back, didn't film it. The second bird came in from the west, straight in the trap. And then a couple of others have tried to land on the TV aerial. Found that uncomfortable, so then went in. It's very sporadic and weird. Yeah, so in the next 5-10 minutes, I'm hoping to see the Futurity bird come from Dunbar, but anything can happen between here and there. It's nearly 202 miles. I was talking to my dad earlier. He said, "What have you done differently this year?" No, there's a number of things I've done differently. One is I've not got as many young birds. I started with 20 odd racing. First race was 23. Normally I've got 40 in the first race. I've trained them the same, sent them the same sort of distance, the same amount of times. The difference is this year they've not had any illness, and then other differences have been very dry this year. Hardly any wet weather. Don't know if that's had anything to do with it. I think that's why they haven't been ill, because the loft has been bone dry all year. And the other thing with training is usually I put them on a training trailer, but the guy that used to run that has stopped it. He didn't do it this year, and I think that's had a big impact on how mine are flying this year, because usually, here we go. No, yeah, that's a racing pigeon, but it's not mine. Yes, usually on the trainer, they have experience twice a week, going right up country, coming back down and breaking off from the flock. And this year they've just been trained by themselves. And I think, I might be wrong. I'm sure people will think that I'm wrong, but I think that's had an impact. The fact that they haven't had a group training session. There's just been first race, bang, there you go, 1,500 birds. Second race, bang, 1,500 birds, 1,000 birds, and pulling them every which way. And I think they've just now got used to flying that way, because they're all coming out the way, even in a east wind, west wind, north wind, south wind, they're coming out the same sort of direction. Still north, they're not coming out the back. They're coming out over there. Here we go, there's another one. Maybe this is our Futurity bird. Come on. Little tail waggle there, happy to be home. No, it's not the Futurity. Come on. Oh, that's nice. Come on. That's what we want. A nice trap like that. More of those, please. But it's not our Futurity bird. Droopy wings, so a little bit tired, that one. What's that? 259. So that's 10 back, half 22 from the Alnwick race. So yeah, I might be overfeeding them this year, but I've been feeding them to make sure I get them back ready for next year, because I only had 23 to start with. Still no sign of the Futurity bird. We've now got 12 from Alnwick. I'm seeing quite a few racers just crisscrossing over the loft, so there's a lot of confusion going off. Spoke to a couple of chaps from the club, and they've not had many birds back either. 3 from 9, I think, and 6 from 12. So, between 25 and 50% back, it seems, so far from Alnwick. And the Futurity bird, I've only got 1. So we're waiting to see, because nobody else has sent a Futurity bird from my club. So they're going to wait and do the clocks if I get my Futurity bird back. I would like to have seen it by now, but we know with these NRCC or these Futurity races and NRCC races in general, the birds could be a lot slower because they're being pulled any which way. There's only 100, I think 100 birds in this race for a £20,000 prize pot, so good odds for somebody. Anyway, it's now 12:37. Here we are. Come on. That's not it. We're looking for a checker. Come on. Oh look, feathers out of that one. I wonder if that's been grabbed. That didn't clock either. You bugger. It's not clocked in. I think that one's been grabbed. Looking at the feathers there. That's a bloody... Come on. I don't think that's it. That's a hen. Damn it. Oh, I was excited then. Thought that was the NRC. This is actually a really good idea, because normally on a race, once your first few birds have arrived after the first 10-15 minutes, you sort of lose a bit of interest in how quickly they come. But having a race an hour behind the first race just gives you that second opportunity to do something, especially if there's money in it. So it keeps you engaged a bit longer. I like that. I think we should do more of that and try and have that sort of first race that's closer, and then you don't know if the bird that's coming, is it? No. Is it? No. Probably going to be that all day, but hopefully there will be a yes at some point. But yeah, that's good. It's worked out quite good. Even if it doesn't come back, I'm getting a little bit of adrenaline each time I see one now. Come on, you bugger. Come on. This is a check. Come on. Could be it. Come on. No, bollocks. It's not you either. Come on. There's another. Still missing my Futurity. This might be it actually. This is another check one. Come on. £2,000 on the line here. Come on. Oh, get in. That's it. Come on. That's the one. Come on. Come on. Come on. You swine. Come on. Come on. Ah, it's on the wrong side of the loft. They've all just trapped really nicely. Come on. Sometimes if I open this door, is it coming? Is it coming? Yeah. Come on. Come on. Come on. Okay. Is it gone? Come on. Oh, shit. Come on. All that noise. Come on.
Sometimes the sound of food hitting the feeding trough makes the birds want to rush in through the bob wires a lot quicker, and today that seemed to work.
That's not even that one. Oh, well, I'm kind of relieved in one sense. 9:18.
After that, I decided to head inside and get some lunch, as any arrival now would surely be way too slow to win anything.
18. You going mowing, mate? Mm-hmm. Going mowing. Right. Just had a look. And our Futurity bird is back. Arrived. What time is it? 20 minutes ago. Bit slow, so probably not much chance of winning any cash, but So we're 3 birds missing in total. So I'm going to verify him now. I don't think we've won any money on that one. He's hours and hours late. I was expecting him 3 hours ago. So we're 2 hours ago, 2.5 hours ago.
Right, so the lowdown of that race is we won the club, even with that first bird having a fag break on the roof. And we won the club by 5 minutes, which is pretty impressive because we must have lost like 5 or 6 minutes with him just sat there, you know, having a cup of tea, taking in his surroundings. However, when we look at the federation results, my first bird was still, even if he'd gone straight in and not sat on the roof, he'd have still been 20 minutes behind the leading group. So he was actually 25 minutes behind. The birds that won were had 10 minutes overfly. So far behind. And then you look at the rest of our birds, you know, we're just so far behind. And I'm not really sure why that is. I do think it's something to do with the training at the start of the season and getting them used to breaking from other groups. I'm gonna try and fix that for next year. I don't think they're unwell because the loft has been so dry. I've had no illness, no symptoms anyway, and it seems to be across the club. Our club seems to be struggling for this second half of the season, or probably 2/3 of the season actually, of the young bird season. We've struggled to do that. So it could be down to drag. Normally in a wind that suits this loft, we would do better, but we haven't been doing better. So that's something to work on for next year. So for the Futurity bird, I verified it, and when they updated the leaderboard, we were sitting 3rd, I think, and then 5th, then 7th, then 8th, then 10th, and they pay out, the NRCC on the Futurity pays out for the first 15 positions, and I think we ended up 17th or 18th, so we're, you know, 2 or 3 positions out. So it was a close one, and I actually, even though we didn't win any money, I really enjoyed that day's racing. Other than our first bird from the Alnwick race, I just enjoyed it because having that one bird in the Futurity, an hour behind as far as liberation time goes, just made the whole day more exciting because there was a chance and every bird that came, you saw it took its wings in and come in. You thought, this is it, and there was, you know, 15 of those. At the end of it, we lost 1 bird. The first bird we've lost of the whole season. We're 1 young bird down, so I don't think that's bad going really.